So the main ingredient that we're going to be using is going to be young green jackfruit and brine. Doesn't necessarily have to be this specific brand, Chalco. You could just get anything. As long as it's young green and brine, you're fine. Now we're going to open the can, not open the lid. This brine, it needs to be poured out in the sink. And then you could rinse it, or you could pour it straight into this pan. So you get a fork and a potato smasher. And you smash it down until you no longer have large chunks. The actual fruit is going to be real stringy. That's what you want. So you're going to be working on this for a while. It's going to take you some time, but be patient. It's going to be really good when it's done. I'm almost done. The last part I do is I grab a fork and I kind of mix it up. I don't want it to be all compacted, so that kind of brings a little bit of bounce to the jackfruit. So next up is the marinade. Coconut aminos is what I used, and we are also using liquid smoke. Less is more. Half an orange. I have an orange tree, so half a slice. Squeeze it. Here's a quick list of the dry ingredients: cumin, paprika, garlic salt, and red crushed pepper, or crushed red pepper, whatever you have on hand. It's not really. Vegetable broth is optional. It was in our recipe that I found. And also, squeeze half a key lime into your marinade. Pour your marinade into the jackfruit that you previously prepared and mix it up with the fork. Make sure the marinade coats everything evenly, and then you set it aside. Let it sit for about 35 minutes or so. In the meantime, while it's sitting, you could also prepare yourself a guacamole. The guacamole is very easy to make. People think that it's very difficult, but it's not. And this guacamole variation, we only use very minimal ingredients. Obviously, avocado. And removing the pit, that's the most important part. Preparing a guacamole is very simple. It's a little time consuming, yes, but in the end, it's really worth it. Especially if you have fresh ingredients. You use the backside of the tablespoon to make sure it's all uniform. And all we did is slice up a tomato. Don't go too crazy, just make sure it's in small pieces. And then you add that to the avocado that's already been smushed. And then you get the white onion. That's going to be our next ingredient. Chop it up. I wouldn't say like 1/8 to 1/4 inch slices. So you get a skillet with a little bit of oil, and as it's hot, I wouldn't say over medium heat, then you just dump the entire jackfruit marinade in, with marinated everything in there. Spread it out and let it sit, let it simmer. Cover it, and then you go back in and you mix it up again, and lather, rinse, and repeat. Check it again. Now we left this sitting for about 10 minutes. Go in there and scoop it all up and mix it up. A lot of marinade is reducing, so the reduction sits in the bottom. You want to get that reduction evenly coated on everything. Don't just let it sit in the bottom. Take advantage of it. Now we see that the jackfruit is almost ready. The sauce has been reduced, and I stir it so that way it evenly coats the entire jackfruit. Yeah, we added the other orange just because we thought it was a little too dry, but I don't think it was necessary. Now stirring it as you cook it helps it evaporate faster. At this part, the jackfruit's pretty much ready. You can start scooping it onto your tortilla. I used a flour tortilla, medium sized. It takes like 3 of these burritos to get full, but they're small. You could fit 3 of them on a plate. And I believe I used two scoops. You could put more or less jackfruit, depending on your personal preference. And we have black beans. You could use pintos or kidneys or any other beans, but I just happen to have black beans on hand. And the guacamole that we made earlier. Now we still have not put any salt or any lemon into the guacamole. That's the only 2 things that are missing, but we could add those later. You really want to be minimal with your ingredients and just add on. And earlier in the day we prepared cactus. diced cactus is one of the best things that we have that we could put on here at this moment. Now you grab the burrito, you make sure everything's centered, you fold one half of it, 1/3 of the way over, and you compress all the contents. You fold the ends in. That's the most important part. It's going to keep the burrito from falling out. So you fold the ends in and then you just roll the rest of the way. And that is it. That is it. You get good at this. You can make like maybe half a dozen in one sitting. Thank you for watching and don't forget to subscribe.